Hi, this is Brad Willis. I'm the moderator of the MetalStorm fan group. We're located on Facebook at www.facebook.com/groups/MetalStorm fan group. We have roughly 400 members, and it's a nice place to get to know some of your fellow MetalStorm players, pick up some tips and some techniques, and you might even share a few with us. I had a request to do a review on Achilles, which apparently will be released soon. It's a plane that looks cool, but I've never liked it very much for a few reasons. I basically never use it, although maybe some people will. It's a plane that at one point, I don't remember the exact price, but it was released and it was way more expensive than I think anything they ever released prior to some of the changes with metals and coins and that sort of thing. It was a really expensive plane to buy, and then I bought it and I upgraded it. I think it's fully upgraded. Let me check. There's a closer look at the plane itself. It's based on the Blackbird. When it came out, we thought it was odd that they'd make it defense class because, of course, the actual Blackbird, I don't think the Blackbird actually was used in any form of combat at all, but it was a very fast plane, so it was a little surprising that they'd make it defense class. But let me check my tech upgrades just to make sure it's fully upgraded. I think that it is. Yeah, it is. So I bought this thing and upgraded it, and I thought it kind of sucked, to tell you the truth. But, again, there could be certain types of players that play it and like it. Now, let's talk about it. It's defense class, which means basically that it's kind of sluggish, although this is a fast plane for defense class. It's got plus 15 speed, which is best in class. Still not a super fast plane, but it is fast for the class. What don't I like about this? Well, it doesn't have an agility boost, and it doesn't have armor regen, and a lot of the defense class planes do, which can really help you when your armor's a little low. With this, once your armor's down, it's down. So that's not good. And again, it doesn't really turn very well. It is fast. You have a plus 12 stealth boost, if you will, and that will make it a little bit harder for your opponent to lock in on you. You have plus 15 speed, as I mentioned, plus 10 damage. That certainly comes in handy. And a plus 6 evasion makes it a little bit easier to evade. Again, I don't love this thing, but let's go ahead and just I'm gonna look at a couple different things for you here. We're gonna first go to survival mode, and I'll just show you. I'll just play a little bit in survival mode. We'll just go single player, and I'm not going to spend much time here. But first, let's look at the speed. I'm going to go full speed, and you see I'm at 3,040, 3,050. So certainly for defense class, it is very fast. I'm going to slow it down just to show you the size of it. When it's slow, it's kind of big. There's just normal speed on the big side, but not too bad. So let's go ahead and come around. Now you can see it doesn't really turn all that well. Let's go ahead and just hit a couple of planes, and maybe I'll let them hit me a little bit just so you can see how resilient the plane is. Again, you won't see any armor regen. So we're flying over here toward our opponent. We'll lock on. Usually it only takes a single shot to blow them up, so I'm assuming that it will. And then we're going to get a couple others here in just a second, and we'll go ahead and take them out. And there's one right in front of us. Good spawn. We're just going to fire at him. One to the left. Again, very sluggish turning. It's not so bad here in wave 2 of survival, but when you're actually playing an opponent with some agility, it makes it very difficult. Now, I think here I'm going to, in this wave, I'd like to kind of let some of these guys, maybe I'll take him out. I want him to hit me 2 times, just so you can see what kind of armor it has and that sort of thing. And we'll just go ahead and come around. Wave completed. Now wave 3 is probably going to be my last here. Let's just let them hit me. So I'm going to go ahead and accelerate. I guess they're going to fly up for a while, and then hopefully they will come after me. So we'll go away from them. We'll look back. There's our opponents. They should start to come in after me here in a second. Here come some missiles. Let's see if they hit me. Yeah, they did. And see what kind of damage it does. Doesn't look like a whole lot really so far, but of course when you're getting hit with Biznos or something, it's a different story. Now if you look at, you can see that actually there is a little bit of regeneration. So I said there was none. I guess the plane inherently has some armor regen, but nothing that's fast like some of the other defense class planes. As you can see, it's kind of a cool looking plane. Let's go ahead and we'll flip towards them and let them hit me a couple more times. So far they're not doing a whole lot of damage. So there is the plane in overhead view. That's kind of cool. And let's go ahead and just crash into the ground. You can see the bluish flames coming out of the back of it. Look kind of interesting. So we're going to go straight into the ground here. Bye-bye. And then we'll do an auto match versus. Now, This probably won't end well because this plane is really not very well suited for versus, but you never know. Sometimes you get lucky. And I guess you do hit somebody fairly hard with this when you hit them. So let's go ahead and try it and see who we get matched up with. The Schnook, that's one of our players in our group. I played him a little bit earlier. So let's see how we do against him. Probably not well because he's a very good player. And you can see I'm chasing the arrow. And I don't know what he's doing, just kind of sitting there. That was kind of strange. Maybe there's a problem with it. Well, let's keep going. So let's follow the arrow. You can see it turns very, very sluggishly. I'm having a real hard time getting target acquisition. I may do a backflip. Let's just see here. We'll backflip and see if we can. There, he went right past me. So whenever I try it, now he's in Reaper, a very agile plane. You can see I can't even really kind of get close to him. Maybe I'll get lucky here, but he's just kind of staying out of my wheelhouse. And, I'll just chase it a little bit, try to open up some distance. This plane is not very well suited at all, as I mentioned, and I think he knows who I am, and he's just not firing at me much. There he goes. But, or either that or he's being cautious because he knows I'm at least a decent player. But, we'll just kind of fly around. If this was a guy with Biznos who really was trying to destroy me, I guarantee I'd be toast. Now, he did fire at me once there. So I guess he hasn't totally forgotten about me. And here comes some cannon fire. And we'll just come around. I'm hoping to get a lucky shot on him. We'll accelerate. You can see even with the extra speed, I'm having a heck of a time getting any type of a target. I can't even see the guy, So, if you're going to use this plane, I had a chance at a no-lock there, but I didn't get it. If you're going to use this plane, it's certainly not a very good plane for versus, So, we'll just keep following it, play it out. We got 51 seconds left. Very unimpressive used in this way. I might try another backflip on him. Let's just see. And look what he's doing. He's hitting me with the cannon fire. He'll hit me with some missiles. We'll go ahead and backflip on him. It's not going to do any good. He's not there. So he's just going to keep chipping away at me with his cannon, of course. And I'm going to try to keep him getting blown up. Look at my energy, too. That's something that kind of sucks because normally defense class has very good energy. And you can see with this thing, it really doesn't. I'm just kind of a shooting gallery for the guy right now on this plane. I'm just sort of rolling away from him. I don't have any energy left. I'm going to get blown up here, I think. Maybe he won't since it's kind of late in the game. But, I guess he's going to keep trying. 7 seconds, that's fine. So I'm just going to keep rolling. He's going to blow me up and not have time to give me the courtesy draw. He did. Good for him. I'm really surprised he was able to do that. Well, good for him. Well, thank you, Schnook, for that. I do appreciate it. I played him a little bit earlier, and I didn't realize who it was. I didn't give him a courtesy draw, and then I felt a little guilty when I found out. But he was nice enough to do that for me. So there you go. That is the review on Achilles. And the verdict is that it basically sucks. Now, should you buy this plane? I would say no. I don't think there's much of a reason. Now, I don't see people flying it either. So there are some people that have it, and basically nobody that I see is flying it. So, if you're good with it or there's something cool about it that I don't know, feel free to leave those comments or questions in the remarks section here at YouTube. But again, I know they're about to apparently they're about to offer this thing again, and I certainly don't recommend it. When you upgrade these suckers, there's a lot of credits and medals and that sort of thing it requires, and save it for something good. Don't use it on this thing. It's really a slug. So there you go. That is your view on Achilles, a plane that is not recommended. And as I mentioned earlier, questions or comments to the remarks section on YouTube. Thank you so much for your time, and we will see you in the skies playing MetalStorm.